Hey guys, look what we have today. We have a Colt 1871 open top revolver. Now, how these came about is kind of a transition period between the black powder, the cap and ball, and the 1873 Colt. So kind of a transition between the two, converted to fire cartridges. So essentially what they did is they just cut off the back and added this thing so you could put cartridges in there. So another General Coin and Gun find. He'd bought a whole collection of these things, of Old West guns, so figured, you know what, we might as well shoot some. So that's what we're gonna do. So this one is 45 Smith Wesson. Shoots its same thing as a 45 Colt, just a little bit shorter. So and then they of course shorten the barrel down. Yeah, just a really cool old gun. So why don't we shoot it? What do you say? I think we do. I say we do. So of course, with these old revolvers, you don't want to have the hammer down on a live round. So and you guys probably already know this, so you put one in, skip one, and then just load the rest of them up. And that way, you're bringing your hammer down on an empty cylinder. Put some of these big old 45 pumpkins in there. Okay. And then, so your hammer's down on an empty chamber, which is what you want to do. You don't want to carry it with a hammer on top of a live round. So this one is made in Italy, imported by Cimarron. So let's just see how this Cimarron shoots. I think they're made by Uberti, I think. I could be wrong about that, but pretty excited to shoot this thing. Let's see how accurate it really is. So I'm gonna guess, since it's a revolver, should be pretty good. So let's do this up Old West style. Okay, so I'm at about, I don't know, 15 yards or so. I'm just gonna aim right for the head. Not even close. Where did that go? That's a headshot. So it shoots a little bit high. And just a skosh to the right. How many was that? 5? Yep, so it should be on an empty now. Okay. Well, that's pretty neat gun. Pretty neat piece here. First one, definitely missed. That one went wide right. But man, this is a pretty cool old piece. Just eject these 45 rounds out of here. One thing I did notice, so the hammer is pretty stiff. Like pulling that hammer back, she is pretty stiff. So, yeah, that should be 5. So, yeah, so that's 5. We're doing 5 at a time. Now, we only have 50 rounds. We're only using about half of those or so on this video because we have a little Spencer carbine we're going to do that shoots the exact same round. So we're not going to get carried away with shooting this thing. But, I love these old guns. If I could buy every single one of them, I totally would. But I don't have the pocketbook to facilitate such. So, like I said before, so it is a transition, from the cap and ball revolver to the cartridge system. Now, I think they designed it. There were some beforehand that were converted. There was the Richards Mason conversion, and then Colt, since they had an abundance of cap and ball revolvers floating around after the Civil War, so they started converting them. I think Rollin White had the patent for, you know, the loading through the back, through the breech loading system for these. So when that patent expired, and then Colt got a hold of it and started manufacturing, and then they did the 1873, of course, with the top strap on it. So yeah, let's just load it back up and shoot it some more. Why not? Anybody else think of a reason why not? Me neither. Yeah, I mean, it is a little less of a kick than, say, your 45 long Colt, or, you know, 44-40. You know, kind of a stubby little 45 round here. But still, though, 45, whether it's 45 long Colt, 45 Smith Wesson, or 45 ACP, you know, either way, still packs a heck of a wallop when it's hitting something. So, all right, got her loaded back up. We're just gonna do some more shooting. You know, the interesting to note on these, you know, you've got your brass front sight, and then your rear sight. You know, the 73 Colts, they have that V notch in the frame. Well, this one, the rear sight, it just has a notch in the hammer. So, you know, when you pull this back, it can be kind of hard to see that notch, or see the sight through that notch. Now, does that make for the most accurate revolver in the world? No, but it's still pretty cool. So, all right. So those were headshots. Yeah, I'm gonna try center mass now. Okay. See, a little high and to the right. That one was just to the right. And that should be 5. And it is. So again, this is a lot of fun. I'm having fun with this thing. You know, it is a little bit different getting those shells out of there than your regular Colt is. You know, you have to make sure that this is really lined up, where, you know, with the Colt single action Army, it just lines up there really nice. So we're going to try to save these rounds because they are reloadable. But yeah, that's 5. Okay. All right. So as far as price tag on these, I know this one is used. I don't remember what price that Luke at General Coin and Gun has on this thing. I suppose I probably should have looked, you know, before I got too carried away with with getting it out to the truck, sneaking it out to the truck so I could do a video. But I want to say this was about $500, somewhere in there. So pretty reasonably priced. You know, it's a fairly accurate representation. They also have an original one too, and we compared the two, and they are very, very similar. So, all right, well, I'm gonna do another 5 rounds, and then I think we're gonna call it good, save the rest for the Spencer, and go from there. So let's just load it up. Again, just flop open your side gate there. Make sure your hammer's back on the first till it clicks the first time, and then just put a few more in. Skip one. Put some of them 45 caliber pumpkins in there. You know, when you get used to shooting just a 9mm pistol, these 45 slugs sure do look pretty darn big. So, all right. Well, we're just gonna fire 5 more, and then I'm gonna call it good here. So, Kind of wish I had some like fruit, so we could hit some fruit, make a fruit salad or some water bottles or something. But since we don't, this will suffice. Boy, I tell you, and that's 5. This thing is a lot of fun. Great piece of history. Shoots big old 45 caliber slug. Like I said, this one, it is imported by Cimarron. Cimarron, like Taylor's and Company, they do a lot of these Old West recreations or recreations, and they do a really nice job. So I mean, it's a very well put together firearm. You know, it has the engraving seen in the cylinder just like the originals did, and it's just a heck of a lot of fun to shoot. If this is a gun that you'd be interested in, just check out the link on my page to General Coin and Gun Exchange. Luke can give you all the particulars on this gun. As well as don't forget to subscribe. Please feel free to subscribe to our channel, as well as follow us on Facebook, Gun Times #Josh. We will keep posting videos as they come up. We try to do about 4 or 5 a week, and yeah, we'll try to keep them coming. So, guys, doing a little Old West shoot today. Thanks for watching. This has been a lot of fun. Catch our next videos.